The Eastern Sierra News brought to you by
T-Bar Social Club, June Lake's newest gathering place, offering June pie, New York-style pizza, and year-round entertainment in a warm, welcoming atmosphere. See you in the loop.
Well, Inyo County and the town of Mammoth Lakes were recognized this week by the Federal Aviation Administration's Herman C. Bliss Airports Partnership Award. Now, that award was presented by FAA Associate Administrator for Airports Kirk Schaefer and FAA Western Pacific Regional Director Mark A. McClarty. This during the FAA Western Pacific Region 10th Annual Airports Conference in Torrance on June 4th. Now, the news release from Inyo County states the Herman C. Bliss Airports Partnership Award was created in 2005 to recognize the service of longtime FAA Western Regional Airport Division Manager Mr. Herman C. Bliss. It's awarded to an airport consultant, a state or local government employee, or an organization that has provided unparalleled leadership. Now, Inyo County and Mammoth Lakes received the award in recognition of the important partnership developed between those two to cooperatively develop their respective airports and develop a regional solution to the aviation needs of the Eastern Sierra. Accepting the prestigious honor on behalf of the county and town were Inyo County Public Works Director Mike Arante and Associate Engineer Ashley Helms, part of a key group of Inyo employees working along with Board of Supervisors and current County Administrative and former Public Works Director Clint Quilter. Also recognized Grady Dutton from the town of Mammoth Lakes. They've all been instrumental in moving Inyo County and Mammoth closer to introducing commercial air service to the Bishop Airport by late 2020. That full news release, as well as an press release from the town of Mammoth Lakes, they've been posted on our website, sierrawave.net, as are stories by Deb Murphy, including there are 141 homeless people in Inyo County. At least that was the number counted during the point-in-time survey in late January. The count which determines funding for services for the homeless is done annually by Inyo Mono Advocates for Community Action with Inyo County's Health and Human Services staff. Now, the number doesn't necessarily reflect reality, said Larry Emerson, Amaka's Housing and Planning Director. That's what he told the Inyo County Board of Supervisors at their meeting on Tuesday. Supervisor Jeff Griffiths explained there are a lot of people in the area couch surfing, staying with friends in an overcrowded unit, or just flying way under the radar. Emerson gave the board a rundown on Amaka's programs, primarily focusing on emergency and transitional services as well as rent subsidies. Amaka also has what Emerson described as a person on the street whose job is to work with the homeless and link them to county services. Another project would identify a safe parking lot for those living out of their cars. And a couple dozen residents of Independence got the "We're going to raise your water rates" presentation Wednesday evening. Took the information fairly well, Deb Murphy notes, even opting to bite the bullet and take the biggest hit in October of this year, ending up with a doubled rate by 2024. Now, the results of a rate study conducted by Raftellus Financial went before the Inyo Board of Supervisors earlier this year. This week, the results were discussed in workshops in Independence and Lone Pine. Now, the rates covering the cost of getting the water from pump to the tap and the increase will go into capital improvement projects. Now, the most common meter size is by inch. The current rate, $28.38 a month. By 2024, that rate will increase to $56.31. Choices, a 30% increase effective October of this year, with 10% increases every July through 2024. Option 2, a 50% increase in October, followed by a 10% bump in 2021 and 5% increases from 2022 to 2024. Both options end up at the same cost. By a raise of hands, Indy residents opted for number 2. Deb also notes the Alabama Hills viewed from two different perspectives. For indigenous people and other locals, the hills are a special place of beauty, a piece of art that took the earth eons to grasp. to craft. For a growing number of visitors, it's a unique place to come and play. Now, the issue facing the Bureau of Land Management and stakeholders is developing a management plan that, according to BLM Bishop Field Manager Steve Nelson, balances use and conservation. Deb writes that will take the wisdom of Solomon. Owens Valley residents are used to looking at vast open spaces with no people in the picture. With the current dispersed camping in the hills, local eyes see an RV as a scar on that landscape. Now, currently, Nelson and the local BML office involved in the transfer of land from the Lone Pine Paiute tribe to that transfer was included in the National Resources Management Act that gave the hills a National Scenic Area designation. BLM will host a series of workshops and take a collaborative approach with the Alabama Hills Stewardship Group, BLM's Nelson said. But for now, the office hasn't formulated its exact approach. He anticipates a series of workshops focused on specific topics. Deb's full reports are on SierraWave.net. Well, Charles James filed a story about the Inyo County Board of Education and the new Inyo County Superintendent of Schools, Barry Simpson, which held its 2019 Community Star Awards in the McAteer Community Room at Saracoso College. Now, the annual event last month honored parents, community members, business owners, Northern Inyo Hospital, Trout in the Classroom, as well as the Inyo County Juvenile Probation Department. All of them showed great commitment to improving the lives of students and teachers in each individual school. This year's list of awardees was Big Pine Unified School District's Dean Rossi, owner of Carroll's Market; Owens Valley Unified School District, Craig Leck for his support of the high school; Lone Pine Unified School District, Roger Rasky; Home Street Middle School, Trout in the Classroom, presented by Fred Rowe; Palisades Glacier High School's Inyo County Juvenile Probation Department; and Round Valley's Rebecca Aguilera, Bishop Elementary School; Michelle Forbes, Bishop Union High School; Dr. Kevin Flanagan and Colleen McAvoy; and countywide recipients, Inyo County Art Docent Program and volunteers. We have that full press release posted on SierraWave.net. Well, the T-Bar Social Club and Mono Market have forged a partnership to produce a monthly world music show. This will be featuring bands that will perform a diverse range of musical genres. The mutual goal is to bring global rhythms to our local community. Now, said Chris Lees, the CEO of Mono Market, former host of KMMT's High Sierra Rhythm Safari. With every turn, paddle stroke, and pedal push I make here in the Eastern Sierra, I've got an African beat in my head. With the T-Bar Social Club's intimate venue, supreme sound system, and commitment to the community, I feel that we have a great opportunity to get people dancing together to a universal beat, end quote. Hey, kicking off the World Rhythm Music Series, Friday, June 13th, Richard Lembo and Makina Loca. Now, said Jamie Sheckman of the T-Bar Social Club, when Chris approached us with the concept to host more world music, we were thrilled at the idea. Our talent buyer is lining up some other exciting global acts you wouldn't typically expect to see in June Lake. That full press release also posted on SierraWave.net. We'll be back with the second half of the Every 15 Minutes event from Mammoth Lakes.